Today we're doing a quick tour of my studio space. As you can see, I've got all the basics covered. A comfy throne to sit on, a studio desk to work on, and a trusty but slightly aged computer to get the job done. Alright, just so you know, this tour costs 2 guitar picks. Don't forget to pay at the door. Let's go. The audio interface. I've been using an Avid 11 rack for years now. It used to be my main modeler, and I still use it every once in a while. At this point, it's mostly an audio interface that I use to plug in my modelers and my mic. The mixer. To manage my outputs and headphones, I use this Mackie mixer. Basically, the 11 rack goes here, my computer outputs go here, and the main output goes to my speakers. Eventually I'll replace this with a speaker monitoring system, but for now, it does the job just fine. The speakers. For my speakers, I'm using a pair of Yamaha HS50M powered speakers. I switched over to these from Tannoy 6.5 PBMs a long time ago. The Yamaha HS50Ms do a really good job. I've also got them sitting on a pair of Prime Acoustic RX5 monitor isolation pads. The headphones. For the headphones, I use the Sony MDR 7506s. I've been using them exclusively for a super long time, and I'm really familiar with how they sound. The amp modelers. Next up, the amp modelers. There's the Fractal Audio FM3. This is what I've been using in most of my videos lately. And then there's the trusty Strymon Iridium. The recording app. For recording, I use Avid Pro Tools Artist Edition. It fits what I do, which is basically recording music and making videos. The connections. Here's a quick chart that shows how I plug things in. Basically, the FM3 or the Iridium, depending on which one I'm using, goes into the rear left-right inputs on the 11 rack. Then I use a template in Pro Tools that has everything mapped so I can get up and running quickly. The mic locker. I have a few mics left over from when I used to run a recording studio. I have a couple of Shure SM57s, a Shure SM58, and an AKG C3000. The computer. For the computer, I'm using an old Dell Optiplex with an i7, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 512 SSD hard drive. I also use an external WD drive that houses recent projects. The camera. When I first started making videos, I was using a GoPro. Eventually I saved up and got this Sony ZV-1. It's super simple to use, and I really like the video quality. The lights. Last but not least, the lighting. I use a Falcon Eyes SO28D as my key light. I don't have a lot of space, and so I use this light either pointing at me or reflecting off a wall to light my shots. Alright, so there you have it, a quick tour of my home studio. It may not be the fanciest, most tech studio in the world, but it's a cool little creative space where I can make my music and videos. Alright, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Rocks out.